Live from the WNSC studio, it's time for the WNSC Nightly News with Stan the Anchorman Willingham, Stan the Weatherman Willingham, and Stan the Sportsman Willingham.
Hi, I'm Stan the Anchorman Willingham, fresh off of assignment in Antarctica. In tonight's broadcast, we're going to talk about some of the common mishaps that occur over the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's holidays. The National Safety Council predicts that approximately 450 people lose their lives on the roads of America during Thanksgiving alone. We know, additionally, we will lose more people during the Christmas and New Year's time frames. First up, we're going to provide you some tips on avoiding mishaps during the holidays. It's been shown that during periods of increased liberty and holidays, there are more motorists on the road. As there are more motorists on the road, the probability or the possibility of the fatal five tend to rear their ugly heads for causing mishaps. And you say, what are the fatal five? Well, the fatal five are speeding, distractions, fatigue, alcohol, and lack of seatbelt usage. With speeding being the first, speeding is basically defined as driving too fast for conditions or driving where you exceed the posted speed limit. We find that most speeding mishaps occur on local roads, where the situational awareness of the driver can be impaired by curves, blind spots, intersections, and steep grades. The best way to beat speeding or to reduce speeding mishaps is just slow down. Leave earlier so you can have more time to get to your destination. Because remember, speed does kill. Distractions. Distractions are any activity that diverts the driver's attention away from his task at hand of driving. Distractors include using a cell phone, eating, drinking, adjusting the radio and CD players, texting. And by the way, the U.S. government website for distracted driving shows that texting is the most alarming distraction there is on the roads today. Then we move to fatigue. Fatigue is based on knowing your body clock. Be on the lookout for burning eyes, heavy eyelids, the inability to focus, constant yawning. If you're experiencing those, then more than likely you are experiencing fatigue. To avoid fatigue, simply get enough sleep and rest before you get behind the wheel and start driving. If you should notice that you're starting to feel the effects of fatigue, then simply look for a safe place, pull over, take a nap, or get out and get some fresh air. But whatever you do, make sure that you get your situational awareness and focus back for getting on the road so you won't be in a fatigue state any longer. And oh, by the way, it's best to not drive between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m. It's been shown that body clocks and circadian rhythms, everybody's body tends to shut down for some reason during that particular time. And finally, 17 straight hours of no sleep is the equivalent of a 0.05 BAC. So fatigue can be avoided. We take the proper steps, risk management, and that takes care of it. Lack of seatbelt usage is another common cause for injuries and fatalities in vehicle mishaps. Use of seatbelts, number one, is the law. Number two, they save lives. They basically save lives by preventing ejections during the crash. It spreads out force of impact during a crash and reduces injuries or fatalities by 40%. Next, we move to alcohol. The simplest way that we can address alcohol is don't drink and drive. Don't drink and operate heavy machinery. Don't drink and do anything that requires total concentration. Alcohol kills, simply put. And what we have breaking news. There's been a fire in the housing area, and we find out the initial reports show that we had a sailor who was doing the right thing by practicing frying a turkey before the big day of Thanksgiving. Okay, the news, the wires are saying that he basically did everything probably incorrectly. He started with a frozen turkey instead of one that was thawed at room temperature. He had too much oil in the pan, which basically caused the oil to boil over, and when the turkey was dropped in, he didn't have a fire extinguisher to basically try to control and minimize the fire once it started. Okay, folks, that's all that we have at this particular point in time. There will be more on the 11 o'clock edition of the news tonight. Thank you. End of breaking news. That's all I have from the anchor desk at this point in time. Now we turn it over to Stan. Stan, what can you tell us about the weather? Thanks, Stan. I'm Stan the Weatherman Willingham, reporting to you from the North Pole, where it's frickin' cold and snowy. Stan, if you take a look at the map here, you'll see that it's sunny and clear in California. We've got rain up in the Seattle area, and we have a tremendous cold front that's racing across the Midwest, heading in the direction of the Mid-Atlantic region, and to end up in the upper Northeast. And with that, there seems to be a wall of snow, ice, sleet, and freezing rain. With that coming across, we need to talk a little bit about mitigating the hazards that are associated with cold weather. Especially, we'll start with driving. If you're going to drive in cold weather such as this, you need to plan ahead. Check the weather before leaving. Check your vehicle, your tires, your fluids, your heating system, and make sure that you have an emergency kit that contains a minimum of at least a shovel, possibly some salt, maybe sand, a flashlight, batteries, and a number of other items to basically help you subsist in the event that you basically get stopped or get trapped out in the cold weather. For additional information, check out the website in front of me. As far as walking in the snow, slips, trips, and falls present the greatest hazard. Also, while out walking in the elements, make sure you dress appropriately. Cover your head, dress in layers, and do everything you can to keep warm. From a home safety standpoint, make sure that your heating system is checked and working properly. If you got a fireplace or a gas heater, make sure you have your system checked for carbon monoxide, because that is a silent killer that rears its ugly head many times in cold weather. And with that said, once Thanksgiving is over with, many of you will rush and go ahead and start to put up your Christmas decorations. A great idea. Very good idea. Okay, first thing I want to caution you about is electrical safety. Make sure that any lights, cords, bulbs, or anything that will be applied to your tree or around your house is checked out to be fully functional with no nicks, impediments, or tears, or anything that's unusual. And if those of you using live Christmas trees, make sure that the tree is hydrated at all times. Never place the tree near heaters or open flames. Continue to monitor the tree for dryness during the course of the time that it's actually up. We recommend you use LED lights as they do not produce much heat and they are less of a fire hazard. Finally, once it comes time to take the tree down, make sure that when you do take it down, that you properly dispose of it. Now we move to Stan the Sportsman Willingham, who's in a luscious, sunny, and dry place. Thanks, Stan. Hi, I'm Stan the Sportsman Willingham, coming to you from sunny Acapulco, Mexico. Sorry, Stan at the North Pole. I know it's cold there, but sunny it is here. The holidays bring a great increase in recreational injuries. The top 3 activities causing injuries for Navy and Marine Corps personnel are football, basketball, motorcycles. In addition, the winter sports of hockey, skating, jogging, skiing also contribute to broken bones, sprains, strains, concussions, and soft tissue injuries. To avoid these, simply know your physical limitations, properly warm up and cool down large muscle groups, ensure games are age appropriate. Most of all, also apply solid risk management decisions in all your recreational endeavors. With these simple tips, you'll definitely be able to play another day. Well, Stan, I got a wave to catch, so I'm out of here.